those issues.
School administrators, education board members, senators, and others gathered at the governor's office today to develop plans and financing strategies to improve the education system on the island. It was the first meeting of the governor's Educational Learning Task Force, which was announced during the State of the Island address last week. Among the listed focuses of the group is the return of Untalon Middle School to its Barrigada campus by the 2013-2014 school year. Repairs and renovations are necessary before the Wildcats can return to their home turf, but Principal Jim Regis says if funding weren't an issue, he'd like to see the campus completely rebuilt.
Our parking area is extremely tight, right? I mean, every morning that I stand out in front of the campus, I cringe when I see small things. And even as much as we try to do traffic control, and he was at that school as well, so he can vouch for this, it's very tight. And so, of course, allowing for the building to move back away from the main area would allow, for smoother traffic flow.
Financing, of course, will be an issue, which is why the governor also appointed representation from the Guam Economic Development Authority to the task force to find creative ways around GovGuam's tight budget.
We need to do financing solutions that we call are off the balance sheet, that don't count toward our debt ceiling. Some of the things that we're looking at, and again, we're still vetting some of these ideas, are new market tax credits is a category. Again, when you hear the word tax credit, I mean, it kind of, there's some uncertainty. I want to let you know that the vehicle that we're looking at is a federal tax credit. It won't affect any local coffers.
The task force is also looking into the future to determine which schools will have growing populations.
One of the things that I asked for that committee meeting that Rob Millay provided was demographics and the projected growth of the villages over the years to come, because that's what we need to do, not only to look at the current school levels of enrollment, but where do we need to build our next school? Where do we need to enlarge our next school?
The 18-member task force isn't just thinking about capital improvements. They're also looking at ways to reform the system overall. And with the Guam Federation of Teachers Union contracts now expired, principals were offered the chance to discuss which portions of the contract they found unreasonable. The biggest issue, they said, has been the teacher time constraints.
Right now, and I always speak with Robert Koss on this, can I require the teachers to meet maybe once or twice during their prep time a week, right? Or maybe even once or twice every 2 weeks just to look at the data. And right now, Mr. Koss said, no, I can't because of the restrictions from the board union contract. Teachers still do it, a lot of them because they want their kids to succeed. Volunteer.
The task force broke into 9 committees this afternoon and will reconvene as a whole again on Thursday, February 23rd at 3:30 p.m. Betsy Brown, PNC News.